the urban areas, issues of rural and urban disparities. In as much as our children here are well informed, we have a duty to cascade that to the rural levels where you actually have more events occurring and where there are other intersections of illiteracy, poverty, and others. And so we call upon state parties to, in making their plans, their responsive plans, to step it down to the community level so that all the children are taken along and capacitated to be able to respond to issues of climate change. And the committee, in the area of climate change, the committee is very appreciative of organizations and individuals who have taken up the responsibility of creating space for children to be able to speak out, for building their capacities to be able to speak out. And the committee appreciates the Mazingira Awards instituted by the First Lady in Kenya. Our interaction with children from Kenya after the summit of 2023 indicated that they had learned a lot. Their confidence has been built in that area, and they are going to be more involved. They know where and what they want per time. And so we appreciate you and other organizations pushing this agenda. And the committee also appreciates the coalition of child-focused agencies that has organized this program for the support and collaboration it has had with the committee in bringing up some of our children and building their capacity to where they are now. We just hope that more and more activities will take place in order to have more impact and have a general and serious response to children's rights in climate situations. Going forward, the work of the committee is structured according to thematic clusters. And while children and climate change was broadly categorized under children and armed conflict, there is a need, the committee has seen a need to pay specific attention to the rights of children in climate situations. So the committee will likely be focusing more on that as a standalone cluster in its work. Thank you so much.
Another round will come on our way this time. 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3, up. Oh, okay. We are now enjoying. Thank you so much. So allow me to call up front the Principal Secretary from the Ministry of Environment in Kenya, Honorable Festus Mungeno, to react to the declaration and also to take the opportunity to present to us our honorable guest, Her Excellency Rachel Ruto, the First Lady of the Republic of Kenya. So you have two dogs, one to react to our declaration and the other to call up guest of honor. Give him a round of compound.
Your Excellency, the First Lady of the Republic of Kenya, Mama Rachel Ruto, and all guests who are here, allow me to write on the protocols already established. But just allow me, Your Excellency, to recognize the children of Africa. Children's Climate Summit, which is a pre-summit. We are inspired, Your Excellency, and humbled to see young champions from more than 16 countries united by one vision to safeguard our planet. We are all experiencing in real time the devastating impacts of climate change, floods, droughts, and food insecurity that disrupt the schooling, endanger health, and threaten safety of our children. Tragically, Your Excellency, it is the children and women who bear the heaviest burden. And yet, while children are the most vulnerable, we are also among the most powerful actors in climate action and solutions. Ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellency, At the inaugural Africa Climate Summit in 2023, hosted by the AU and the Republic of Kenya, His Excellency the President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, reminded us that children and the young people must never be seen as passive victims of climate change, but as the active participants in building solutions. He said, and I quote, "Our children are the heartbeat of Africa's resilience. When we invest in them, we invest in the future of our continent and our planet." And today, Your Excellency, we see that investment is alive in this room. We see it in your creativity, your bold ideas, your art, and your courage in demanding climate justice. You have reminded us that protecting our environment is not merely a technical issue. It is the deepest form of justice. It is our sacred and intergenerational duty. In Kenya, and reacting to the children's issues on inclusion, policies and programs, including climate resilience programs, we are working to institutionalize this vision on our third National Climate Change Action Plan 2023-2027 and Kenya's nationally determined contribution for the period 2030 to 2035, which includes for the very first time, Your Excellency, a strategic priority dedicated to youth and children. We want policies and programs to be shared, not just for the young people, but also with them. Further, Your Excellency, we are proud of your First Lady's Mazingira Awards Flamma, which celebrate the innovation and leadership of children across the country in environmental stewardship. This initiative, under the patronage of yourself, Your Excellency, is a shining example of how children's voices can be recognized and elevated nationally and continentally. However, we must be candid, Your Excellency, also to say that less than 3% of our global climate financing currently targets child-centered interventions. This must change. If Africa is to lead the world in climate action, our leadership must be children-sensitive, ensuring resources flow directly to the interventions that protect, empower, and build the adaptive capacity of children and the youth. To the young champions, our children, your energy is contagious and your message is undeniable. It is now our duty as leaders of today to translate your vision into tangible action. As I conclude, Your Excellency, I wish to affirm Kenya's unwavering commitment, especially from the Ministry of Environment, Climate Change and Forestry, to advancing child-centered climate action, not just within our borders but across Africa. And together we can ensure every child grows up in safe, health and sustainable environment. And ladies and gentlemen, to guide us on this path, we are privileged to be joined by our leader who has dedicated herself to our well-being of our children and the sustainability of our communities. She is a formidable advocate for children and women and for our planet, a leader whose compassion is marked only by her commitment to action. It is therefore my great pleasure and honor to invite you to the body.
Thank you very much. We may be seated. Ambassador Petronila Were, Deputy Head of Mission of the Republic of Kenya in Ethiopia, Engineer Festus Ngeno, Principal Secretary for Environment and Climate Change in Kenya, Aver Gavad, Member of the African Committee of Experts on the Rights and Welfare of the Child, members of the Joining Forces Alliance, partners present, our beloved children from across Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Good afternoon again. Children have the purest way of reminding us of what truly matters. At the first African Climate Summit in Nairobi, I saw them laugh, play, and imagine solutions to climate change that adults had overlooked. We have children from across our continent, each one carrying the voices of millions. You have come together not only to speak, but also to lead, reminding us that climate change is not a distant threat of tomorrow. It is the lived reality of your childhood today. At the 2023 African Climate Summit, I saw how children are not just participants in climate action. They are innovators, truth tellers, and dreamers of a better tomorrow. Your energy, your ideas, and even your laughter turned what could have been a policy discussion into a movement of hope. Today, that hope shining again. Children are not just beneficiaries of climate action. They are powerful agents of change. It is with this conviction that I launched the First Lady's Mazingira Awards in 2023 to celebrate young champions driving climate solutions. Mazingira is a Swahili word for environment. I'm proud to be joined by our youngest 2024 award winner, a remarkable young girl from Kenya, Sasha Ngeny, only 7 years old, yet already using her voice to inspire climate action through poetry. She represents Sasha is right here. You can wave. Thank you, Sasha.
You're welcome.
She represents millions of African children whose creativity and determination are the greatest renewable resource we have. Let us all take a moment to celebrate Sasha, and through her, every child across Africa who is daring to imagine a greener, safer future. Thank you, Sasha. You can have your seat. Let's give it up to Sasha. The theme, My Rights, My Climate, Child-Responsive Climate Action in Africa, declares boldly that the climate crisis is also a child's rights crisis. The loss of homes to floods, the pain of hunger from drought, or missing school because of water scarcity are not statistics, they are lived experiences. Climate justice for Africa, therefore, must mean justice for our children. As our children face these challenges, they have shown us courage and leadership. At the first climate summit in Nairobi, children developed the first African Children's Climate Declaration, calling for food security through climate-smart agriculture and renewable energy in farming, protection from violence and harmful practices during climate crisis, health systems that respond to climate-related diseases with clean water and safe sanitation, disaster-proof schools and safe shelters that protect learning and dignity. These were not just demands, they were solutions. And today, we are building on that legacy, moving from advocacy to action by creating not only a new declaration, but also a child-led monitoring and accountability framework. This will ensure that your voices do not end here, but continue to shape decisions at every level. As the First Lady of Kenya, I want to assure you of our commitment through the First Lady Mazingira Awards, FLAMA, and School Household Kitchen and Food Garden Program. We are enhancing climate action, food nutrition security for children and families. Change. and call to action, which emphasized the role of climate education, clean cooking, climate-smart agriculture, biodiversity, and the role of youth and children in building resilience. Your voices give these commitments life and urgency. To our leaders, listen carefully. These children are not passive victims of climate change. They are co-creators of solutions. They deserve a seat at the table, whether in local school boards, national parliaments, or global platforms. Let us integrate their voices into policies, budgets, and programs. To the children gathered here, dream boldly. Clean rivers, tall forests, schools safe from drought or food. Work together, for your voices will echo in parliaments, boardrooms, and the United Nations. You are not just leaders of tomorrow, you are leaders today. As Nelson Mandela said, history will judge us by the difference we make in the everyday lives of our children. Let us be a generation that turns climate crisis into resilience, transforming fear into hope and hope into action, as declared this afternoon in the Africa Children's Climate Summit Declaration. To our partners who continue to stand on the front lines of children's advocacy, creating safe spaces, amplifying young voices, and protecting their rights, we are deeply grateful. Your tireless efforts remind us that real change happens when we act together, united in purpose and driven by love for Africa's children. I pledge to stand with you, to amplify your voices, and to champion your rights in every climate conversation I'm a part of. The future is ours, and Africa's children are leading the way to ensure we have a child-centered, inclusive, and just Africa. Thank you, and may your voices today echo Africa and the world. May God bless you all, and may God bless Africa. Mazingira yetu, jukumu letu. Our environment, our responsibility. Let us repeat it again. Mazingira yetu, jukumu letu. Our environment, our responsibility. Thank you very much, and may God bless you.
Another very, very big round of applause. I want one that shows that we've been respected as children of Africa. Another one. Anyone from Zambia who wants to show us how they show gratitude in Zambia? Or the Zambians have a need. Come and show us how you show gratitude and give Her Excellency a very big Zambian thank you. Come up front, come fast, and one Ethiopian. Just two, one Ethiopian, one Zambian. I'll try to keep, come and show us how you show gratitude in Ethiopia. Live in the house. Anyone from Ethiopia is at table. Yes. Show us how you give thanks.
So in Zambia, how we give thanks, especially to our elders, is to kneel down and clap.
Ethiopian, come up front. Sudanese, come. The Sudanese, I know you have something for us. Come up front and show us how you give thanks in Sudan. In South Sudan, sorry. Yes.
I thought it was maybe Sudan.
My bad.
Thank you very much. These are two different countries, South Sudan. Now, in South Sudan, if you want to give thanks to the healers, there are two things that we do. Number one, you first let the healer know that you are happy for that, right? So you first have to go down like this. You see? Then you have a very good handshake. I don't think that will do.